If you drop a pin anywhere in a modern Japanese metropolis, you see a society operating at the extreme edge of technological capability. Bullet trains move millions of people with precision, while tech hubs dictate global industrial standards. But in 1945, that reality did not exist. The nation's major cities were leveled, its economy had stalled completely, and the industrial infrastructure was reduced to a landscape of ash and twisted metal. Looking at this wreckage, international observers reached a grim conclusion. They believed the country would remain economically paralyzed for generations. The recovery was complicated by a massive geological disadvantage. Unlike other nations that could export oil, iron, or coal to fund their rebuilding, Japan had almost no natural resources hidden underground. Building a modern superpower without a physical safety net meant replacing minerals and oil with a relentless cultural focus on discipline. This required substituting material wealth with a specific mindset. In the immediate aftermath of the war, the national conversation focused on a critical pivot point. Rather than looking for someone to blame, the population turned toward collective accountability. People focused strictly on the variables they could control, repairing storefronts and restoring transit lines brick by brick without waiting for an outside rescue. The government designated schools as the highest priority for rebuilding. Even with limited materials, education became the primary investment. Students were taught teamwork and strict time management, tasked with cleaning classrooms and maintaining shared spaces. These routines encoded a sense of accountability into daily life. This created a standard of personal responsibility that would eventually transition from the classroom into the professional world. By treating the habits of its children as its most valuable national asset, the country built a foundation for growth that was independent of physical resources. When this generation entered the workforce, that ingrained discipline moved directly into the industrial sector. Lacking raw materials, companies substituted physical inputs with human intelligence. The value of their products came from how they were engineered and assembled, rather than the scarcity of their components. This chart shows the result of a philosophy focused on daily quality. Instead of chasing sudden breakthroughs, engineers sought tiny, marginal improvements in every single shift. Over decades, these micro-improvements compounded. A shattered economy transformed into a leading exporter of the world's most precise robotics, electronics, and vehicles. Today, this industrial discipline is visible in everyday public life. Millions of people routinely organize into orderly lines on train platforms without needing enforcement. This level of punctuality and public order is a practical expression of mutual respect. It ensures a high-density society can function with maximum efficiency. Japan's macroeconomic growth reflects the cumulative power of millions of people repeating these small, disciplined habits every single day. Modern Japan still faces significant pressures. This demographic chart illustrates an aging population and low birth rates, contributing to a period of slower economic growth. The geography also remains a constant challenge, with frequent earthquakes and typhoons regularly threatening local communities. However, the nation maintains a deep-seated cultural memory of rebuilding. When a disaster strikes, the response is characterized by immediate, disciplined organization. Despite repeated setbacks, the population continues to choose to stand back up. They treat rebuilding not as a one-time event, but as a continuous responsibility. A nation's ultimate power thrives in the persistent resilience of its citizens. Failure remains a temporary state as long as the drive to rebuild exists.